last month, to be specific, on October 26th, when Israel carried out a huge attack on Iran. I mean, three waves of attacks. There were apprehensions around the globe that the war is going to escalate with many more countries joining the fight. Perhaps China and Russia will take a more active role and they will join hands with Iran. And the situation is going to escalate. Meanwhile, Iran had warned of a befitting retaliation. Not more, not less. But even after a month, nothing happened. Israel continues their attack against Hezbollah and Hamas. Hamas has almost been finished. Hezbollah lost a large part of their cadres and their strength has been almost halved. You know, the other day, that was around November 16th, Israel carried out another major attack on Iran, to be specific, on the nuclear laboratory of Iran. And this time, Iran has not uttered a single word. Do you think Iran still has the power to retaliate, to teach Israel a lesson? I don't think so. Is this my wishful thinking? Absolutely not. I am basing my conclusions on facts, not in the public domain. What are they? Let's examine one by one. Number one is Iran's supreme leader and the supreme decision-making authority of Iran, Ali Khamenei, is not active anymore. He was missing for several days. There are reports that his health condition has deteriorated and his son Mustaba is going to be his successor. There are some reports that that will be announced soon. That is number one. Number two, the leadership line of Iran has been destroyed. You know, the Revolutionary Guards is the most powerful organization in Iran. And another wing of Revolutionary Guards, the Quds Force, both those forces don't have many leaders. The able leadership of Revolutionary Guards as well as Quds Force is no more present. So, without a proper striking mechanism, without a decision-making authorities, how is a country going to carry out an all-out attack, and that too against a country like Israel? This is absolutely unthinkable. This is the second factor. The third factor is, you know, when Iran carried out last attack against Israel, a single attack is said to have cost Iran around $3 billion US. This is going to be a very costly affair. And if your missiles are not reaching the target, then what is the use of just losing the weapons in your armory? So Iran is unlikely to do that. And another important factor is, you see, Iran is not a terrorist organization like Al Qaeda, ISIS, or even Taliban. Iran is a country and it's a civilization. Iran has been there for hundreds or thousands of years. They have got a huge population of around 9 crore. They have got natural wealth. So they won't be impulsive in their decisions. They won't be impulsive in their attacks. They will attack, but it will be a very well calculated attack. And you know, the present conditions don't merit such a decision. And that is why I said Iran will not be attacking Israel. And you know, if they had huge force left in them, they would have done something at least to save their face. They are not doing anything. They have even stopped boasting in the recent days. So let's take a closer look into what is happening, whether there is any possibility of the escalation of Iran-Israel war. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. Let's start with the recent developments. The other day, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said they had successfully attacked and destroyed a nuclear laboratory of Iran. You know, there have been fears that Iran was on the verge of carrying out a nuclear explosion and making a crude nuclear bomb. At the same time, we need to remember that though Iran may have the know-how to make a crude nuclear bomb, or what the scientific world calls a dirty bomb, they don't have proper missiles that can reach the destination and carry the nuclear bomb. Of course, they have got ballistic missiles as well as cruise missiles. But those missiles are not powerful or accurate enough to carry a nuclear weapon. So this is the situation. Now that Israel has destroyed a key crucial nuclear laboratory of Iran, I think this has crippled Iran to a great deal. And you know, the last Israeli attack, as I said, which was I think on October 26th, you know, there were three waves of attacks. Israel targeted the missile workshops or factories, then key laboratories and other vital command and control institutions in Iran. So I think what happened is that Iran was unable to thwart the attack. They were unable to intercept. Actually, Israel didn't use any missile. That's the most important thing. They used aircrafts. They used aircrafts like F-35 or F-16 or F-15. And actually the whole world was surprised that Iran was unable to fire even a single surface-to-air missile or bring down a single fighter aircraft. That's a pathetic situation. That speaks volumes about the lack of air defense systems. That's the chink. You have got chinks in the armor. You know, because of decades of blockade announced by the United States, sanctions by United States and the UN, Iran has lost their capability to revive their weapons they already had. And even their aircrafts or helicopters, they are in a dilapidated state. You might be remembering that Iran President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter accident. I don't know, it was a mere accident. Perhaps it might have been an attack, electronic attack carried out by Israel. And even at that time, there were reports that the helicopter M16 or M17, I think, in which Raisi was traveling, was an outdated one. And there were many glitches. Iran didn't have the spare parts to repair the helicopter. Because of the sanctions, they found it very difficult. As a nation nowadays, it is very difficult to survive if there is a major sanction. And you know, some people think that Iran has got huge oil well. That is true, but they cannot extract oil. They sell merely less than 2 million barrels of oil just around 1.7 million barrels of oil every day in the world market. It's not a huge amount. Even if that is withdrawn from the market, nothing is going to happen. There won't be any major shortage. If Saudi Arabia or Russia or even United States increases their output, it can be easily compensated. So this is the situation. So that is why I said Iran lacks the strength. As I said earlier, the leadership line of Iran has been almost wiped out. So this is a very serious situation. You know, the first casualty was General Qasim Soleimani, who was killed in Baghdad by US in 2020. And that was a huge blow to Iran. Qasim Soleimani was one of the key decision makers, and he was a major war strategist, and his death was an irreparable loss to Iran, not doubt about that. The second was the killing of Mohammad Reza Saidi, and it was Israel forces that killed Mohammad Reza Saidi, and his deputy also was killed. So you know, the top leader and his deputy both were killed. Now three major leaders, and the third one, you know, was General Abbas Nilofurshan. General Abbas Nilofurshan was killed in Beirut by Israelis. So you see, the major decision makers or the major strategies of revolutionary guards, Quds force have all been finished off. Then, you know, Iran used or depended heavily on their proxies in the war with Israel. Iran and Israel do not share borders, you know. Israel is actually more, even the nearest place in Israel is more than 1,000 kilometers away from Iran. So it needs to carry out an air attack. It cannot carry out a land attack. I agree that if Iranian and Israeli forces were engaged in a hand-to-hand combat, if there was a land war, it was not easy for Israel to defeat Iran because Iranian forces are well experienced in land war. They have fought many wars. So it's not easy to defeat them on land. But in a war with Israel, it's not going to be land attack. It's going to be an air attack only. So there, I think Iran is no match to Israel. Iran lacks the technical expertise. Iran lacks the state-of-the-art weapons. They don't have spare parts for even for their helicopters. I doubt whether their attack helicopters will be able to travel that distance, and before that, Israel would finish them off. So this is the situation. So that was what I said there. Even their proxies have also been finished. They used to depend on proxies like Hamas as well as Hezbollah. You know, the leader of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, he has been killed. And again, the leader of Hezbollah, you know, his name is Yahya Sinwar was the leader of Hamas, and the leader of Hezbollah, Ismail Haniya, has also been killed. So nobody is left, even in the proxy organizations also. So this is the situation. Now how will Iran retaliate? So that is why I say the possibility of Iran attacking Israel is almost zero nowadays. That is why Israel confidently attacked and destroyed a crucial nuclear laboratory of Iran. So I think it would be wise for Iran not to attack Israel. It would be wise for Iran not to get directly involved, because there is a fear of internal uprising also. There could be a coup d'etat in Iran. You know, you don't know where Ali Khamenei is nowadays. There is a possibility that if he comes out in public, he will be facing an attack from Israel or the United States. So I think Iran knows all these things, and they are not going to escalate the war at present. They will be waiting on the wings. They will try to continue the proxy war, and they won't directly engage in a war with Israel. So that is the situation. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye.